NYC Black, I'm gonna pray for you, brother, but it's people like you, it's racists like you that's kept a cloud over this country for so long, you know what I'm saying, because y'all are so ignorant and so not knowledgeable and smart people.
You know, I'm gonna say it like this. In my opinion, the white man should have never ended slavery of the black community. White man should have never abolished slavery. Because once they were free, look how much his shit's gotten out of hand.
Let slavery come back tomorrow. Well, they don't want us in their little areas and all that shit. Ain't that funny? They don't want us in their neighborhood. When they own us, we was in their house. Kind of bullshit is that? Oh, I can't come in the neighborhood, but when you own me, I was warming up your bed. Now there's something wrong with this picture. Shit, when they own us, we had 12 and 14 jobs. Now that we free, I'm so sorry, there's no jobs. Mad because we got away. Let slavery come back in tomorrow. They'll be on that porch. Welcome home.
Slavery.
That's cute. Now go take your ass to the hood and go express that, sir. Don't do this behind a phone. Don't do this in a safe place. No. I'm gonna need you to go take your ass deep into the hood where it's predominantly black people, and I want you to go say that right in front of them.
Paul Mooney said it best. I'm gonna tell you why white folks are mad. White folks are mad because got away. Got away. Got away. It's because they don't have slaves anymore. He goes, when we was free, we didn't have no jobs. When we were slaves, we had 12 jobs. He said, imagine if slavery was to come back, they'd be like, oh, welcome home.
Welcome back.
The institution of slavery is not.
Video I made Saturday about bringing slavery back, that motherfucker's almost at 25,000 views, y'all. And a lot of people agree with it, man. They're leaving comments, but a lot of them don't. They leaving some dumbass comments, calling me names, and all this. And all I was doing was expressing my opinion and my thoughts about this, of what should be done to do something about this issue with their community. Everybody on here talk about bring you back, blah, blah, blah. Once you bring you back, calling me names and all. Why? Because I spoke my mind? Because y'all know I'm right? Because I'm speaking the truth? Because the black community is some ratchet ass, no good ass people that's incompetent. They're inconsiderate, they're rude, they have no respect, they have no morals. I'm not saying all the black people, but the majority of them. With this thug mentality and this ratchet ass behavior mentality. Those are the ones I'm talking about. And then I got people on there leaving comments and shit. Man, come on, why? That just proves my point right there. What y'all are doing proves my motherfucking point why we should bring back segregation and slavery. You're proving my fucking point for me, people, by leaving the dumbass comments y'all leave on that video. I mean, incompetence right there, people. Come on. Anyway.
Yo, what the fuck did I just watch? I need y'all to sit all the way down for this one, because these people have completely lost their damn minds. We got Latinos and random internet weirdos on camera talking about forcing Trump to deport black people. And then some clown in a dirty-ass car straight up saying white people should have never ended slavery. I'm not even exaggerating. This man looked dead in the camera and said the quiet part out loud, "In my opinion, the white man should have never ended slavery." Then he followed it up by calling the majority of black people ratchet, incompetent, rude, no morals, thug mentality. And when people called him out, he said that proves we need slavery and segregation back. Bro, are we serious right now in 2026? These people are not joking. They're not trolling. They're sitting in their cars, recording themselves, and earnestly wishing for the return of human ownership because black people got out of hand once we stopped being property. And the wildest part, They want Trump to do the dirty work. They want the government to round black people up and force us out like we're some foreign invasion. On American soil. The same country that was built on our backs. I already know the comments are going to be crazy, but I don't care. We're about to break this whole thing down. No soft language, no both sides. Just the raw truth about how deep this hatred still runs. Let's get into it.
Okay, so clearly English is a second language for this guy. I'm thinking hillbilly is his first language, but he doesn't want to be blamed for owning slaves because somebody else sold him those slaves, or the white people shouldn't be blamed. And he doesn't understand why people would leave comments that are negative towards him when his desire is to own other people. So right away, you understand we're not dealing with the sharpest cheese in the fridge. Now, you said the black community is ratchet. My man, what's more ratchet than the inside of your fucking car?
Hey, what's up? It's Buckshot here again. Just to tell y'all, thank y'all so much. That video I made Saturday about bringing back slavery has hit 10,000 fucking views, y'all.
I mean, what the fuck is going on there, man? The ceiling of your car looks like the ceiling of a room that a serial killer uses to sew together the pieces of skin from his various victims. Dude. And if I could be so blunt, even if slavery was brought back, you would be the last motherfucker to own a slave. You look like you barely own underwear.
Some of y'all are going to mess around and seriously end up getting hurt. I think you might want to chill. I can promise you, you'll be 6 feet deep before any of us become your slave or anyone else's for that matter.
In my opinion, the white man should have never ended slavery.
Just to be clear, there isn't one black person in North America that is shocked by the, racist political views of that MAGA Republican. Not one. However, we're almost all shocked by how many black people agree with him. Those sambos, we don't quite get them. We don't.
The real reason white people want to erase the history of slavery is because given the chance, they would absolutely do it again. While not all of us subscribe to this system, a lot do. That's why they like our current president, because he consistently, without fail, reinforces the hierarchy of white people on top, followed by everybody else. Of native citizens on top, followed by everybody else. I consider white supremacy to be one of the most dangerous domestic threats in the United States. Because if you didn't know, there are estimated this many active members in white supremacist organizations. People like your pastor, your neighbor, maybe someone you've seen giving looks to people of color, but not necessarily saying anything. White people try to downplay the effects of white supremacy, but it's significantly more people than they will admit. And those are just the people who are overtly racist and willing to label themselves as part of this organization, not even the other people who genuinely believe in it without speaking on it. Point being, erasing the history of slavery and erasing the horrible atrocities that happened in this country is a genuine crime. And it's intentional, because if it's erased, those patterns are going to repeat themselves. So erasing this history isn't just ignorant, it's malicious.
More divided now than it was when Martin Luther King marched when I was a kid. The Civil War was something that no one could do anything about, because the whites, quote unquote, whites from the South, are not the only ones that had slaves. Slaves are all over the world. Slaves still exist today.
You think there's a direct effect from slavery to how black...
What she says is a given. And no, I'm not being arrogant. I'm just speaking facts. We can bring life to a DMV. You know, we could be in there and all of you forget you at DMV and think you at a party or a club. Check this out. that's just what we do. We could be, it could be a group of us, never met each other in life, and just still bond and have a camaraderie like we've known each other forever. It used to happen in slavery as well. Even with the treachery and deplorableness of slavery, we still found a way to bring joy amongst each other. And then this young lady, I'm going to play her clip, but all I'm saying is, me personally, I am not going to go follow her, and we need to find out if things she posted in the past on her accounts makes what she says true today. It's going to take more than your words. Your words need to follow actions. Check this out.
I miss black people. I know that sounds crazy, but
when she said, I know it sounds crazy, she could have kept that part out. It's like, what, you became self-conscious because you put this video online and you were going to admit to the world that you actually miss black people, which a lot of you guys feel you just ashamed or embarrassed to say it out loud. But like I said, it's going to take more than action. It's going to take more than your words. It takes action.
I am from Georgia, and I used to go to HBCU, and the majority of my friends were black, and now I live in a small town in California, and I miss black people. There's not very many here, and I hate it. Like, don't get me wrong, I love my job, I love my friends here, but don't come for me. I miss the culture, I miss the vibe, I miss the confidence, the jokes, the food. I miss black people. Something's missing in my life, and I've come to the conclusion that that's what it is. Okay, bye.
I know I'm white, and I really hope what I'm about to say is not going to get me canceled. Please don't cancel me. But when the time comes that I take my last breath on this earth, and my soul has left my body and gone to a better place, I want a black funeral. And if you don't know what I mean by I want a black funeral, then you really are missing out, and I'm going to explain it. First of all, I feel like every white funeral I've gone to has been like the person passes away on Monday and the funeral's on Wednesday, or you know, it's some random day in the middle of the week, like immediately following the death. Like, no. I need y'all to give my friends at least 7 to 10 days notice. I need to die on a Monday, and y'all tell them we're gonna throw down next Saturday. Be there, be square. Second of all, this right here is the extent of anything I've been given walking into a white funeral. Like, it has a nice Lord's Prayer on one page, and a name, and a birth date, and a death date. Very simple. But like, this is the kind of stuff I need. Like, and this is just the front and the back page. Like, there's always 20 pages in between. Messages from your mama and your grandma and your aunties and like your cousins. Like, everybody sends you messages, and it tells your whole life story. I mean, this thing is like a biography. I need all 282 of my selfies that I've taken go for some good and be put on a book. Put me in the clouds, colorize in my favorite colors, whatever you gotta do. But don't give me them little 2 white pages. Give me a book. The next matter of business is the attire, because I'm gonna need y'all to get with whoever is in charge. Make sure you cash app them that money for your shirt, because we're getting shirts printed just like this that has, again, prime utilization of all the selfies that you have that I've made available, that I've left to you. I've got some really great ones, but I need them all put on shirts like this, and I need as many people in attendance as possible to be showing out with these shirts. Now, let's talk about the service, because I need all of the passion brought. I need the crying, I need the wailing, I need you trying to come into the casket to hold me. I need to feel how much you're gonna miss me from my grave. I want it all. I want crying and screaming, panic attacks, just all out. Then, for the service, I need the choir. I need y'all to get some of the best gospel singers. I need you to get me some Mary Mary going, like some encores. I just, the soul of a black funeral is so, just nothing else touches it. Some flying doves at the graveside service would be a pretty good touch too. Just saying. But the most important part, and this is what all of my family is going to thank you for, I need a repass. Because I'm going to be honest, at the white people's funerals, you may come back to the church and have some crackers and cheese and a little fruit punch. But y'all, at a repass, you get Thanksgiving. I need chicken, I need fish, I need spaghetti, I need yams, I need the potatoes, I need a caramel cake, I need a chess pie. It's a feast. And not to mention unks in the back with the liquor. Like, it is the best part. Like, and then you get, it's like a reunion basically. It's like a family reunion at your funeral. But like I said, I really hope I don't get canceled for this, because at the end of the day, I just think that there's some things that are better than what white people do, and funerals are definitely one, in my opinion.
Across a video of this lady, and she was talking about how she moved away for her job, and where she had to move to, there was no black people. And she was talking about how she missed the black people. And I understood exactly what she said. I watched the whole video. I understood everything she said. Because whenever I moved to Lawrenceburg, I missed black people. I missed them so bad that I came back home. I was up there for like 2 years because I had moved up there to help my sister at her job. And I could not wait to come home. There were black people there, but it was few. And like, you only seen them in passing. I don't know, maybe if I had lived there longer before that, I could have met more black people and been around. But living where I lived, I was ready to come home. And when I have these conversations with people, like trying to tell them about why I am the way I am, because I've had people tell me, oh, you want to be black? Why would I want to be black? I see what black people go through. I've been around black people when they've been racially profiled. I've been around black people when they get side-eyed for doing absolutely nothing. I've been side-eyed for doing absolutely nothing before because I was with black people. So why would I want to be black? And now don't get me wrong, I will stand next to a black person with them while they go through every bit of that and go through it with them in a heartbeat. I'm not saying that to say, oh, I could never be that, because I will go through it with them effortlessly. But as far as, oh, you just a white girl, you want to be black, it's not that at all. But I will say, my 38 years of living, I would much rather be part of a black household than a white household. When it comes to the family dynamic, way different. Way different. You walk into a black household, you can feel they love different, their vibe is different, their energy is different, everything is different. You can't, I'm obviously a white girl, a white person, and say family gatherings, for instance. I know there's white people that have big family gatherings or whatnot. I'm not. My family's not one of them. Our immediate family, we gather on holidays. Mom, dad, brother, sister, grandkids. It's us. My grandma, I hardly ever see her. My aunts, I hardly ever see them. My cousins, like when it comes, you know how black people are with their cousins? And they have a lot of cousins, but they fuck with all their cousins. I love my cousins. I love them to death when I'm around them. We cut up or whatever if I go around them. I don't see them. We don't text each other. We don't call each other. We don't meet up and do stuff together. We don't even talk unless it's been a planned event for something, which is rare, very rare. Black people, they got cousins everywhere. Even if they ain't their real cousins, they gonna call them cousin. They gonna treat them like their cousin. It's just different. Black people are way different than white people. And 10 times out of 10, I'm going with the black people.
I'm gonna lie to y'all, as a black person who don't like being around white people that much, I don't interact with them, period. Right? If I don't have to. If it comes to content on here, I hit not interested. I don't go out my way to be racist towards white people in their comments. Right? Racist white.
I woke up late today. I haven't woken up late, and I can't remember when's the last time I actually overslept through my alarm. And it's just all the stuff going through my head and stuff. House Bill 1484 from Mississippi. House Bill 1484 from Mississippi is trying to be passed in the state of Mississippi, which basically states that if you are an illegal alien, it would be life imprisonment. Not deportation. Life imprisonment. So all that stuff that I was telling you about those, getting free labor and having people work and having them as basically like working camps, it's coming into fruition. And the thing is it's being put out there. The thing is each state is doing it differently, and they're doing it quietly within their own sessions. They're covering it up by showing you the big level stuff. So you see the executive order that Donald Trump signed. But then, since like I said, that's not a policy. That is just an executive action, which means the states can then enhance it however they choose to. Because it's basically like a guideline. There's nothing in law that says, hey, you will do this, 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 and this, and only do this. Or you can't do that. So the states can take it upon themselves, like Mississippi has, to make a bill that if you are an illegal alien, you are going to get life imprisonment without parole. Let me say that again. Life imprisonment without parole. So you have people that have rioted in a federal building and were supposed to be in jail, but they can get out of jail and get pardoned. But an illegal alien, it doesn't say that they have to be criminally involved. They just have to be an illegal alien, which they can be working here and be a first-class person here. They just going through the process to become a citizen. They will get life imprisonment. Like, what is this country coming to where people just think that it's just like okay to just like upend a person's life because they don't agree with what they are? Because fine, it's illegal alien, I understand that. But life imprisonment? Like, I thought we were deporting them. Now it's life imprisonment? So basically y'all just want free labor or basically slavery to be done at your level. You just want to rebrand it but put it behind the laws to make it sound like it's good. Because the thing is now you could just claim, well, they're not citizens, so they don't have any rights. So we're just going to abuse human rights and throw somebody in jail for the rest of their lives. Like, this country is going to have a revolution of some sort. There's going to be something crazy that happens.
But you can't reform a white supremacy movement. And now, whatever group or political movement you just thought of when I said that, yes, that's the one I'm talking about.
So when the enslaved people in the United States gained their freedom, they immediately passed black codes, which are laws designed to make it illegal to be black and homeless. The police was formed to go around and arrest every black person they could find. and to put them in prison. If you look up every state penitentiary in the South, you'll find that its location is right next to a historic plantation. Every day, these prisoners would be taken to the plantation they were freed from and forced to work for free. Only instead of the enslaver feeding and housing them, it's us. We're paying to feed and house them. And throughout America's history, any time that the prison population drops below a certain rate, there is some kind of push to fill those prisons. How come the war on crime and the war on drugs always targets black communities? Because I grew up in a small white town, and let me tell you, there's crime and drugs. But they know that they can rely on racism and bias to ensure that they can fill prisons with black bodies. Over the years, they've been able to arrest black men for whatever they want, with no one that looks like me questioning it. There are even times that the US government would actually import drugs, distribute them into the black community, and then go through and crack down on those drugs. And that prison labor is still used today for things like clothes and food and lumber to build our houses. When you buy something and it says Made in USA on it, there's a good chance that that was made using prison labor. But now with the BLM movement and everything being recorded and more people who look like me starting to question why we have so many black men in our prisons, it's getting harder for them to fill those cells, which means that they are losing their enslaved people. And so now they're building new immigration detention centers. The goal of removing immigrants is not to reduce crime rates. It is slavery. The goal is always slavery. It is slavery funded by our tax dollars.
I realize I'm not really against slavery. Yeah. I did a lot of thinking, and I realized what I'm actually against is the chance of me being a slave. That's what I actually have the energy to stop from happening, right? If they announced that they were bringing slavery back next month, right, because Elon said it was more efficient. And in the press conference, they were like, you know, for obvious reasons, black people don't have to do this one.
Shopped at Walmart, McDonald's, Costco, even Whole Foods. Chances are you have purchased food that has been produced by slave labor. Slave labor legally sourced here in the United States. Legalized slavery thrives in the modern day prison system. And that's not some left-wing conspiracy theory. It's codified right in the 13th Amendment. In some states, prisoners earn as little as 16 cents an hour. And they build cars, harvest food, they go and clean hotels. It's interesting that they would say, well, they're not safe enough to be paroled, but they are safe enough to work off campus from the prison in private businesses that allow those private businesses to benefit from their labor. So it's okay for them to go work in a factory. It's okay for them to go work in a hotel or a motel or in the governor's mansion, literally, but it's too dangerous to parole them. Because you look at certain states like Alabama where they'll have prisoners that have not received parole after 30 or 40 years. And you know what? If they're too dangerous to ever reincorporate them in society, that's a different discussion. But if you're able to loan them out to private businesses, they're safe enough to be in the hotels and motels and factories and even governor's mansions. How do you then argue, on the other hand, that they're not safe enough to parole?
Isn't it interesting how people who start their videos like this?
So let me get this straight. Kamala Harris gets asked,